I am in the midst of crochet madness, so I will show you what I'm working on. I promised the grandkids that when I started learning how to make amigurumi that I would make them each something. So my grandson wanted a frog because he's cute, and my granddaughter wanted a tiger because that's her favorite and she's also cute, and so I can't say no. I had to go and look for patterns that I might actually be able to do. When I was going through my stash the other day, I was like, oh my god, I have like 5 frogs that I started that I never finished. So anyway, I think it's just part of my process. I just have to like go in and try something, and then I get overwhelmed and I have to put it aside. It's a whole thing. But then finally I just said, you know what? I'm going to buy a pattern that I know is well written, and I'm going to just commit. So that's what I've done. So I bought this book because it has an adorable frog pattern in it. It's called Zoomigurumi Favorites. And inside of it, it has a pattern called Kirk the Frog, which is the cutest frog ever. I'll show you that. So I have been spending most of my knitting time because I haven't been knitting all that much. I've been crocheting instead. So I've been spending my knitting time crocheting, making Kirk the Frog. So I've shown a couple updates on this already. I have all the pieces done at this point, so that's exciting. So I have his head and his body. I mean, oh my god, is that adorable? Look at how big his head is. I think he's so cute. And then I did 2 hands. This is arms and hands. And this was the tricky part because it's such a small circumference and you're decreasing on these tiny little toes and increasing. And so that was a lot of work for me, like a lot of learning there, but I feel confident and I feel good about it now. So yay, I did that. I did his adorable little eyeballs and eyelids to each of these. So these will sit on top of his head, which is super cute. And I think I'm going to have to do these eyeballs again because I want to use safety eyes, but this is, you know, completed, so I can't put safety eyes. So I think I'm going to have to redo the eyeballs to get the safety eyes in, but I'm okay with that. Then I did 2 legs, 2 frog legs, which were kind of weird, but not bad. And then I had to do 2 feet to put at the bottom of the frog legs. So how cute are those? My God. I love this so much. And so now I have all of these frog parts and I need to put them together. So I'm definitely a little intimidated about how to put them together. I do have a couple of friends in my knitting group that make amigurumi all the time, and so they are very generous and offered to help me. So I think I'm going to bring all this carcass in with me next week when I go to my knitting group and have them help me put it together. I went and searched YouTube and I'm like, how are people doing this? Like I was like, did anybody do a tutorial? So I was looking for Kirk the Frog and I found, I think like only 2 videos. But one of the women who was doing it, I can't remember her name, she did it so that the arms move and the legs move. I love that idea. So I'm hoping they can help me figure out how to do that. So that's my update on Kirk the Frog. My granddaughter, because she is adorable, she loves tigers, which I think is so cute. So I had to find a different pattern for tigers. So I did find one in the Zoomigurumi 2 book. And the Zoomigurumi 2 book has a really adorable Tom the Tiger pattern. So I'll show you that. So cute. So how adorable is that, right? So I'm super excited about it. I started it a couple of days ago, and I was practicing how to do the stripes because you can see here that there's a jog in the the color change of the stripes, which I totally understand because that happens in knitting too. But so I went down the rabbit hole and I started watching all kinds of crochet tutorials, and I'm like, how do you do a circle without the jog? And then I watched one where you can actually knit the same single crochet with two different colors. So you can do like the black on the bottom and the orange on the top. And so that sets up the next row. And what that does is it leaves you with these really, and I tore it out, so I'm sorry. I should have left it in to show it to you guys and just started again. But anyway, it leaves you with these really solid stripes, and the join is better too. But when I was looking at the picture of the tiger in the book, he doesn't have solid stripes. He has the zigzaggy. And then let's see if I can find it. Even like in the back of the book, like in the back, I'm sorry, in the picture in the book of the back of the tiger, it looks like there might be a little jog. Right? And his stripes are definitely the zigzaggy stripes. So I think that's part of the look. And so I decided I'm just not going to worry about it, you know, like whatever. It is what it is. Oh, also, there's a nice little diagram of how to make movable arms. So I'll have to apply that to, I will have to apply that to Kirk the Frog as well. But anyway, so that's where I'm at with that. I did it like this. I pulled it out. I tried a different method. I pulled it out. Then I tried that solid stripe method. And then I pulled that out, and now I'm just going for it the way it is. So I don't know what attempt that is, but that's where I am with that. The other thing I'm worried about is I bought like really cheap acrylic yarn from Michael's, loop and threads. So I forget how much this was, but it's like a couple dollars per skein, and then like buy two, get one free or something. I can't remember, but it was super cheap. So I bought a whole bunch of different colors. And my thought was, since I'm new to crochet, I wanted to make sure that whatever I was using was going to be stretchy and easy on the hand so I could get the hook in there because I'm new and I might do things too tight or who knows what's going to happen. So I bought the acrylic sort of with that in mind. But then after I got Kirk all put together, I'm like, this doesn't feel like the greatest. Like it doesn't like my very first amigurumi was a octopus that I made, I don't know, 6 months ago or something. And I made it with that velvety sort of blanket yarn, which is why it's so huge. I think it's supposed to fit like in the palm of my hand, but it does not. But anyway, look at how cute he is. Oh my God. And so soft and lovely. And I didn't want to use the same kind of yarn for these projects for the grandkids because I didn't want it to be huge. And also that you can't, it doesn't have very good stitch definition. So as a new crocheter, it was important to me to be able to see the stitches and to be able to count where I was and all of that. And I feel like when you use this fuzzy yarn, sometimes it's harder to see the stitches. And so that was why I chose this yarn. So this yarn is great. It's not really a big deal. It's just not quite as soft as I want it to be. So I was talking to my friends at the knitting group last week, and one of them said she loves Lion brand cotton 24/7, which is like, I think it's mercerized Pima cotton. And she said it's so soft and lovely for amigurumi, and it wears well, and it just gets softer with every wash. And so I'm like, yeah, that sounds more like what I want to use for my grandkids. So I think like the next day, my husband and I jumped in the car and we ran to Michael's, and everything where we live is at least 30 minutes away. But we jumped in the car and we went and looked, and they did carry the yarn, but they did not have the colors that I wanted. So I had to come home and go online and order it there. So I don't have that yet. But I do plan on finishing putting Kirk together for sure. And I do plan on finishing Tom the Tiger and putting him all together for sure. And then my plan is by the time I'm done with all of that, my yarn should be here waiting for me. And I want to remake everything with that cotton yarn because, first of all, first pancake, right? Like every time you make something the first time, there's so much to learn, and you know, you always throw away the first pancake and you have to start again. And so that's kind of like how I think about it. So I'm like, I want to get through each of these the first time with this acrylic yarn and learn the lessons I have to learn and figure out what's good and what works and what doesn't. And then the second time when I do it with that cotton yarn, I'm hoping it just comes out perfectly. So I don't know how that's going to affect the size. I don't know if it's going to be bigger or smaller or whatever, but I'm excited to find out. And I think I just want to keep working on Tom the Tiger and see how it turns out. And then I think I'm going to force myself to finish both of these projects before I start with the cotton yarn. Even if it arrives today, I'm going to just hold off. Anyway, that's my plan. Hope you're enjoying my journey. Thanks for joining and watching. Be sure to click and subscribe and follow along, and I'll give you guys an updates in another week or two and let you know how I'm doing. But I'm super excited about it and can't wait to see how it turns out.